The shot was taken from here.
No, it wasn't. I'll prove it to you. So the primary basis for the claim is people say you can see the muzzle flash when the shot is taken in that window right there.
And it does line up with the actual gunshot itself.
We're not counting gang violence. Great.
I'm not gonna lie, that flash does look like it lines up with the shot perfectly. So I don't blame people for thinking that that's actually where the shot was taken from. But let's look at a few things a little more closely. First off, that's a window. I mean, a solid piece of glass. It's not a slider or some kind of bifold or something like that. You can look at all the other windows on that wall. Those things do not open. It's a standard commercial piece of glass. Did the guy shoot through it? I think we would have seen that. Secondly, look at all the people right next to that window. That staircase is packed and they are within sight of that window if that's where it came from. They would have heard it and just looked, but nobody does that in the video. As a matter of fact, when the shot is taken, people look in a different direction.
We're not counting gang violence. Great.
Oh my God. Go, run.
This was one of the earliest videos released of the shooting, and right when the shot is taken, you can see everybody's head turn automatically to the right, where Tyler Robinson was arguably on the roof and where the shot was actually taken from. That window is to the left of the tent. So why didn't their heads turn left? And why didn't anybody on the stairwell turn to the window to their left?
We're not counting gang violence. Great.
You can see clearly in this angle that when that light flashes in the window, none of these people here turn their heads towards that window. They're probably like 4 feet away from there. If they heard the shot right there, they probably would have looked in that direction. And I tried to get a zoomed out version of this so you could also see the people on the stairwell. I just couldn't find it. But in the previous footage with the guys on the rooftop, the second the shot is heard, they all turned their heads to the right in the direction where the FBI says the shooter was on top of that roof. And these guys, honestly, all seem to be looking in the direction of the rooftop, not behind them at that window. Look at them again in slow motion. Tell me what you think.
We're not counting gang violence. Great. We're not counting gang violence. Great.
And then on top of all that, you've got the fact that Candace Owens came out and said that she's gotten a hold of and seen the footage from that camera behind Charlie. And honestly, for lack of a better word, she says that there's no entry wound or exit wound out of the back of his neck.
There's nothing gory about this footage from the back. The thing that really stood out to me, and I just kept asking him to replay it over and over and over again, is that there's no blood. There's no blood from the back. There is no blood. So I think a lot of people were wondering whether or not that bullet pierced and went out to the back. I think I vaguely even remember, and Skylar, you can maybe live look this up, but like I thought the feds were saying they were looking for a bullet at some point, which is now very alarming to me. I don't understand that. How could they have been looking for a bullet? Because if I'm not seeing, and there isn't, I'm telling you, what happens in the front is not what happens in the back at all. If I'm not seeing any blood, what are we to take from that? The only thing that could make sense, if what they're saying is true and that person took the shot from the place that they are saying that individual took the shot from, it would suggest that it was inside of Charlie, right?
So if there's no entry wound on the back of Charlie's neck, according to Candace Owens and that camera, then Charlie didn't get shot from that window, because you would see an entry wound. I know you're going to say she didn't say there's no entry wound because all she said was there's no blood on the back of his neck. What happens on the back is not what happens on the front. Granted, but if there's no blood, there's no wound. You can't even get a paper cut without bleeding. How could you possibly imagine that somebody gets shot through the back of their neck and there's no blood? Give me a break. No blood means no entry wound. And to be honest, this testimony from Candace about what she saw in that camera footage puts to rest all theories that Charlie got shot from behind, and that the wound we saw on the front of his neck is the exit wound. That's all done with. If you see any videos online where somebody is claiming that on the front of his neck was an exit wound or that Charlie got shot from behind, they don't have as much evidence as Candace Owens has. They probably have not seen the footage from that camera. So we could dispel all those rumors and conspiracies right now, just based on what she has said. But then the obvious question still remains, what the heck was that flash of light in that window? Because clearly something does flash, and it's right when that shot was taken. To be honest, I don't know, but I don't need to know. I don't have all the answers to this. But what I can clearly tell you is that the shot likely did not come from that window. Is it possible that it's a reflection of the muzzle flash? I don't know. But I'm not just gonna make things up and present them as if they're fact, which is what I'm seeing online a ton. And honestly, I don't think it's helping anybody. I'm just gonna continue to base my opinions on the facts that we do have, and not just on speculation and on TikTok detectives. Because honestly, I think they're making things worse. So if you like a level-headed, common sense approach to all this stuff, follow along, because I got a lot more that I'm going to be putting out. Oh yeah, and if you still think that Charlie was shot from behind because of videos like this saying that's the bullet, or that between his knees is the bullet, or that's blood shooting out of the back of his neck, definitely give me a follow, because I'm going to be putting out videos debunking all of those. So if you're in search of truth, hopefully I could help.